there's just one final thing I want to say. What we're really saying is, you see, that so many of the promises of Scripture are conditional on us working at it. That's not a popular thing to say. We love to claim the promises. I don't know if you remember those little chocolate boxes full of rolled up promises with a pair of tweezers. Did you ever see one of those? And every day you pull out a little slip of paper and unfold it, and it gives you a promise to live by that day. Invariably, the promise is taken without the conditions attached to it. For example, here's a promise: lo, I am with you always, even to the end of the world. Beautiful promise. But there's a condition attached to that promise. The promise is, go and make disciples of all nations, baptizing them and teaching them, and lo, I am with you always. People want the lo without the go. Therefore, they miss the glow. If I'm willing to go and make disciples of all nations, then that promise holds, lo, I'm with you always. And many times in my ministry, when somebody tells me they've lost the sense of the presence of the Lord with them, I say, then go and convert somebody else. Go and win someone else for the Lord. And your recovery will be immediate of the sense of the presence of the Lord with you. Because the promise of his presence is conditioned by you going to make disciples. Go and lo. Well, there's a promise here that the peace of Christ will guard our hearts and minds. A beautiful promise. The end of this lovely letter, he says, the peace of God keep you. The peace that passes understanding. That you'll have peace. God will guard your heart and mind with peace. But there's a condition. And the condition is that you control your thoughts. And that you only think about things that are honest and good and pure and true. You control your thoughts, and the peace of God will guard your mind. Do you get it? So important that we don't try and claim the promises without working it out, without applying it, without doing our bit to make sure that promise applies. And all the way through the New Testament, you can concentrate so much on the promises that you forget that constantly we're told how to make them work, how we respond to that promise. So he says, think on these things. Keep on thinking about things that are good and true and honest. And the peace of God will guard your heart and mind. And there'll be an inward harmony in you that nothing can disturb. People say, how can they be so peaceful in those circumstances? That's because the mind has been controlled.